Okay, is it just me or like my lash is wonky? Is they wonky? Don't
Hi
lie.
everybody, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we are talking makeup. Yes, it is time. I know this, you know this, your mom knows it, your brother, your sister, your dad might know it. I am so sorry. I have been so neglectful. Like, this channel is for makeup because that is my passion. I love makeup. I love buying new makeup. I love just makeup in general, the looks that you can create, you know, the lashes that look natural but not natural, you know what I mean? Okay, we're gonna talk makeup today. I'm not really digging the 70s sort of wood background here, but like this is the only corner of my room where I can just sit and talk to you guys and not have a lot of like distraction going on in the background. I was gonna put a sheet up, but then I'm like, so today we're gonna be talking about primers for oily skin. I suffer from oily skin. I know that in videos previous to this, I've said that I have combination skin, and I'm like, girl, you do not. You are a liar. Liar. My skin is very oily. I don't know why. I don't know. I think it's just me. I think I'm just one greasy Italian. Okay. There's so many motorcyclists going past my house today and it's raining, so like, how fun. So a good primer can make your makeup look 10 times better. A bad primer can break your makeup look and make it look 10 times worse. So today I'm going to show you guys some high-end primers for oily skin, as well as like drugstore and, you know, cheaper primers that work good for oily skin types, because summer is coming and I know that my skin tends to get like 10 times more oily when the sun's out, and people will be looking at me like, what is on her face? I'm gonna start with the drugstore primers first, and then we're going to go up to like the higher end primers. Okay, so the first one that I'm going to show you has actually been my holy grail of drugstore primers. I never really was going to try it. I didn't really have a want to try it, but then I just saw it in the store and I tried it and I was like, girl, this shit is gonna be with me for life. So this is the Maybelline Master Prime by Face Studio. It is the Blur and Smooth formula. I do have another formula of the same one. So this one just, I don't know if this is white, like a white label, or if that's kind of like a bluish. I'm blind. So this stuff, oh my goodness, this is actually what I have on today underneath my Maybelline Fit Me foundation. I know, go figure, right? It actually looks like I have like a higher end foundation on, but I don't. It's all drugstore, girl. It says that it visually blurs tone imperfections and smooths the fine lines, which it definitely does. It primens the skin. I need like a drink with me. It primes the skin for a smooth start, and it's lightweight, non-oily, and does not clog pores. And that is what I love about this stuff. I was a little bit scared when I first tried it, and this is why. Okay, so when it comes out, it looks like a cream. And usually for oily skin types, those creamy, sort of, you know, creamy looking primers, they are not good for us. But when I'm rubbing it in, it becomes like the consistency of velvet. Like if you guys ever used the Porefessional or the Maybelline Baby Skin, I do not recommend that one. It's not going to be in here because that is terrible for oily skin. But it has that sort of disappearing feeling, but it feels like nice and velvety. Not velvety. What's the word I'm looking for? I'm going to pick my nose while I'm thinking about it. It has that like silky texture. That is what it does. So I was like, oh, okay, good. The only reason I can tell that it's on my skin is because, as you can see, it gets rid of any fine lines and gets into those, I'm flicking you off, I'm sorry. Gets into those fine lines, I'm doing it again! Gets into those fine lines and smooths out the skin. And if you have like any bigger pore areas, it'll get in there and, you know, not make them look big anymore. So this is my #1 go-to drugstore primer. Yes, girl, yes. The next one is the same one, it's just in the Blur and Redness control. So this is the Maybelline Master Prime Blur and Redness control. So whenever I have pimples in some spots, I always break out on my, wow, my contour is really low today. Are we seeing this? Okay, we're not gonna show that side. I usually break out on my chin, so if that's what's going on my chin area, I will apply this first and then go in with like a green concealer. This does the same exact thing as the Blur and Smooth, except this one just controls the redness. So I can show you guys on my hand. It looks exactly the same, it just has a little tint of green, and it just feels exactly the same. It's moisturizing at the same time as it is silky and just gets in there, and like you can see the difference in my hands right now, just how that made this look all airbrushed, and this one's like, hey, imperfections, hey. This next one is the NYX Studio Perfect Photo Loving Primer. Now, this one is good for oily skin types. I would definitely say that it's pretty good for any skin type, but I was actually in shock when I used this. I used this when I did a photo shoot. I can't remember when. It's been a very long time. Work is just taken up all my fun time. Can't do my modeling stuff anymore. However, I will be doing a modeling workshop next month in Ohio. So if you want me to vlog that, let me know, because that would be fun to do, right? You get to see all kinds of naked and pretty girls. This one is different in texture. It's like a clear gel, but this one just says that you apply it before your foundation for an even and smooth complexion. It doesn't really say anything else other than that, but I mean, this is really good. And this is like a drugstore. This is a drugstore one again. So as you can see, it's like a thick gel consistency, which I don't really like, but it does do the job. So you rub that in, and it has the same feel to it. Like, it's very silky and it sinks into the skin. It is comparable in the fact that it's a clear gel to the Maybelline Baby Skin, but for some reason for me, the Maybelline Baby Skin makes me look so oily at the end of the day, and I know that that's what it is. I know that it's not my foundation, it is that primer. I don't know if I use too much of it or what, but this is very comparable to that in that it's like a clear gel consistency, but this is 10 times better. So this is the NYX, like I said, Studio Perfect Photo Loving Primer. So moving on to the higher end primers, this next one that I'm going to show you I'm very excited about. I was sent this by the company Touch In Sol, and this is called No Poreblem. How cute is that? And when I was sent it, the box it was like a black box, and I opened it and I was like, this is the cutest little primer that I've ever seen in my life. It's actually not little. Like, look at this. You get a good amount of primer in there. And I cannot believe that I have never heard of this stuff. I do know that Urban Outfitters sells it, which I know that now. I did not know that before. And they sent me a beautiful card. It says, "Hi, Mia Bella Beauty. Enclosed, please find the Touch In Sol No Poreblem Primer. Can't wait to see what you post. Best, Zoe." And I was like, oh, that's so cute. So this is the primer. How cute is this packaging though? I love this packaging. Like, every time I look at it, I'm like, this is the cutest thing I've ever seen. And you get a nice amount in there. Like, that's a nice amount. Plus it comes with a pump, which I'm like, yes, girl. So this has become my favorite. I'm not even kidding you, and I'm not saying that just because I was sent this. Like, they're not paying me for this, I swear. They just want my true opinion. This has become my holy grail of higher end primers. And I'm not kidding you. I'm using this. I'm going to this more than I am going to my Benefit Porefessional. I'm using this over the Marc Jacobs Coconut Primer. I don't know what is in here, but it is magic. So let me show you. When it comes out, it has that gel consistency and it's like a light pink. But then when you rub it into the skin, it does the same thing that the other ones do, where they just become very silky and you can't feel it on your skin, and it's just very lightweight. And literally, when you put this on, it has a little bit of a fragrance too. It smells just really, really clean, like a clean soap. Like, it blurs out the skin. Like, I looked like I used the Facetune app in real life. Smooth and smoother, girl, if you know what I'm saying. This is a staple that you need in your primer collection if you have oily skin, any skin type. You know, this will be great for you as well. But girls, guys, whomever, hop on the bandwagon, because this shit is on fleek.
Is that even, do people even say that anymore?
I just mentioned the Marc Jacobs Coconut Primer, so that's going to be the next one I'm going to show. I was iffy when I first started to use this because of the consistency and everything. This is like $60. It's like in the $50 to $60 range, so I'm like, this shit better work. When I tried this, I was... I'm not like, for being as much money as this is, it should be one of my favorite primers, but it's not. It does not blur your skin or give you that like Photoshop look. It just goes into the fine lines and wrinkles and just sort of, you know, plugs those nasty areas in so that it's like a smooth base, but it does not blur your skin at all. And for a primer, that's definitely what I always look for. Like, I want my skin to look photoshopped. Who doesn't? You know, you want it to look blurred and nice, and this is more of like a moisturizing primer. I've talked about this in videos before, and I said that I would use this as a moisturizer because it's like very lightweight, but it does moisturize your skin. But as a makeup primer, I'm not in love with it. But it is very good for oily skin because when I do use this, I'm never oily throughout the day. I don't need to blot my skin throughout the day. So I guess you do get what you pay for. It doesn't have that blurring effect, so that's why I'm like, yeah, okay. But it is good for oily skin, so I had to add this little guy in here. Next one is another holy grail that I have been using since I heard about this. I first heard about this from Nicole Guerrero, and girl, you have saved my life with this. You want to talk about a smooth photoshopped base? This is where you want to go. It's oil-free, lightweight, translucent, and silky, and yes, definitely does everything that it says it does. This is always my go-to for summer because it literally keeps me matte all day, like 24-hour wear. Because we do, girls, you know, we have those crazy nights, and sometimes we ain't home for 24 hours, and you don't want to be left without a primer to make your face nice and matte. You wake up to a guy the next day, and you look all oily, girl. He gonna send you packing. Benefit, can you sponsor me? Because I need this all the time, all day, every day. Like, this is amazing. There is just like, I will literally rave about this until the day I die. My mom asked me, you know, what she can use to make her pores look smaller, and I was like, Benefit Porefessional. If you suffer from bigger pores, which I really don't, but this gets into even like I have a few big ones. It gets into those ones and smooths it out completely, and they're gone. And I'm like, Chris Angel, it's magic, it's magic. So the next three higher end ones I'm going to show you are sample sizes because times is hard and I didn't want to spend the money on the full size. Especially if you have never tried a product before. You should always just get the smaller size or the sample, okay? No judgments. The first one I'm going to show you has become another one of my favorites. This is they're so small, the Dermalogica Hydrablur primer. It says blur fine lines and pores, hydrate and brighten for naturally flawless skin. This is another game changer for oily skin types, but the downside is that the full size, well, I guess it's really not that bad. I would say the full size at Sephora or Ulta is about this big. It's like a skinny tube. It's like $60. So, I mean, like I said, you are getting what you pay for. This stuff is amazing. It's an amazing formula, and I always think that primers that are made by a skincare brand are probably going to be the best primers for you and your skin because, I mean, it's a skincare brand. It's not really going to break you out. I've been using this one recently whenever I go out, like a night out with my girls, going clubbing, getting some drinks, getting drunk, you know, because that's what we do. We don't have lives. We don't go to the movies. We don't have dinner. We're drunk. It keeps me matte throughout the night, and then whenever you take pictures, you know, you're like, I have a little bit of wrinkliness on my forehead, but whenever I use this primer and we take a picture, it's gone. I'm like, girl, I don't even need to use the Facetune app, okay? In my opinion, it's very comparable to the Benefit Porefessional in the fact that it's skin toned when it comes out, but don't worry, like, if it doesn't match your skin tone because like it kind of looks like a foundation because it goes on translucent once you rub it in. But it's so lightweight and just like feels like I just dusted it off my hand. That's crazy. Now, I haven't used any of the other MakeupForever primers, but I do know that the Step 1 Skin Equalizer is the one for me. It keeps me matte throughout the day and night, and then it was hot here in Pittsburgh like last week. It snowed last week as well, but it was like 80 degrees, and I had this on in the morning, and I was out until like 6 o'clock at night, and I came home, and it looked like I just did my makeup. Like, there were no oils peeking through or anything like that, so this is the bomb. Alright guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please thumbs up, subscribe. Let me know if you have tried any of these or if you are going to try any of these based on my recommendations. And yeah, don't forget to stay Bella. Mwah. Bye guys. I'm going to start with the Drugstore. I cannot feel it. I can't. Is that a bug? Oh my god. So today we're going to be talking. Alright guys, so I hope, why do I do that every time I end a video? Yeah, we're going down to the valley. Yeah, we're going down to, I don't know.